All right, everybody, hello. I'm going to go over how we draw ray diagrams specifically for this convex/converging lens. That'll happen, again, you have this lens right here, thicker in the center, thinner on the top side. I'm sorry about this big bright spot. I'll do my very best to help you see what we're looking at. So I've already drawn the object here, and I'm going to go ahead and label this axis right here as our principal axis. Remember, this is where that center line, it just separates the top half and the bottom half of our lens. So as a reminder, the steps of how we take an image or draw the image is we always start from the top of the object. So I'm going to draw a little note here. So from top of object is how we begin this image here. So from top of object, step one, we draw a line that is parallel to the principal axis, okay? And we go all the way until we hit the center of the lens. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that here. I've got my ruler right in front of me. And what I'll do is I have my very best attempt of making a straight line from the top of the object to the center of our lens, right there, all right? So that's the first half of the line that you draw. Then on the other side, you're gonna start from the center of the lens and onward, okay? So from center of the lens, what do we do from there is after we hit the center of the lens, we are now going to move through the focal point, which is labeled as F, or 1F on your paper. So from here, I'm gonna make my little line. So I've got from the center of the lens and down through the F point as best as I can. And I'm going to extend this line quite a bit just to be sure that I cover all potential points that might exist there. Okay? So there you go. That is the secondary line as best as I can draw. Moving on from there, the next thing that you're going to do is, again, starting from the top of your object, here's my second point. I will go from the top of the object through the center of the lens. So through the center, and then as I continue on through the center, I just keep going in a straight line. So I'm going to continue in a straight line, okay? So that'll be that second line that I draw. So again, I'm going to do my very best with these ruler here in my hand. So I've got it through the center of the lens, right there. If I keep going, well, my very best attempt, of course, through the center of the lens, then I keep going and continue on until it connects, right? So I have this intersection point, and the intersection point is where the image is created. So let's take a look at what this looks like. As a reminder, you're going to label that point with a dot, and then from the principal axis down to that intersection point is going to be where the image is created. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as the word image. So here's my image. Let's talk about what are the qualities of this particular image. So as you note, it's on the real side, so it's a real image. Now in this case, it's just inside of the two, well, it actually should be F primes here, the two F prime point. So what we see here is that it's going to be a little bit larger than the previous one we drew at the original point beyond 2F. So here, we're probably still going to show that it's an inverted image. It's upside down. And it might not be exactly the same size. To get exactly the same size, we would start, I believe, on 2F. So we're seeing here kind of this variety of sizing. It depends on exactly where you are. And I think I'll link you a simulator so you can take a look. So we're going to call this probably just about the same size. There's a really particular point as you look at a converging lens to be able to see that it is indeed the same size. Okay, so that's how we do it for this one.